the people on the grid.
Welcome. This is the second edition of the Barcelona Barbecue podcast and video interviews. I'm Brian Heinen of Barcelona Barbecue, and of course I'm joined with Katrina Logie from People on the Grid. And our guest today from On Fire Kitchen is Josh Weitzer. Welcome, Josh.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Thank you for joining us. We've been talking about barbecue for a long time. I've known Josh now for 10 years. I think I've known you, and we've been more close friends the last 6-7 years.
Yep.
And how long have you been in Barcelona, Josh?
Actually, at the end of this month, it will be 15 years that I've been living here.
How did you start in the kitchen in terms of when you were a child?
Yeah, my parents always loved cooking a lot of international cuisine, and definitely as a result, I love food from around the world because I got to try so many of those flavors. And I started experimenting, trying to copy those flavors because I love them so much. You know, when I would go to Japanese restaurants, I really loved udon, and I had to have that similar flavor. So my parents would also buy food at the Asian market, so I would look for all of those things to be able to copy that amazing flavor.
You're from the United States?
Yeah, from Portland, Oregon.
From Portland, Oregon. Great town, though.
I mean, now it's really well known in culinary circles.
Exactly, right? It's got quite a good name for the culinary world. Yeah.
And I mean, with good reason. Chefs from around the United States are feeling that vibe, and they're coming to Oregon for many different reasons, partly because of the culinary culture that they've developed out there, but also the really high quality ingredients that you have, and really great wines that they're producing, not only in Oregon, but also in Washington.
I mean, and from what I understand, in Oregon, and as well as up in Washington and Seattle area, they have quite a diverse restaurants. They have quite a lot of selection, if you will. Would that be fair to say or no?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since I was really young, I remember going to Ethiopian restaurants, Thai food restaurants, of course, which are massive in Portland. There are so many Thai restaurants. And not only that, Vietnamese restaurants, Indian restaurants, although there aren't so many Indian restaurants there, but you have a really nice mix of food from around the world. Of course, there's a lot of Latin food as well. Mexican food there is very, very good.
So now how did that change, or did it, when you came to Barcelona?
No, I think that, you've seen a proliferation of restaurants that offer international cuisine in a different way than it was presented earlier. Now you have Thai food restaurants, specialized Asian restaurants, and when you also see, a big influx of Chinese immigrants here, you see a lot more of real local regional Chinese food restaurants popping up here, and you can go and sample some of that at different places, not only here in Barcelona, but if you go out to Santa Coloma, for example, there's a whole Chinese community out there, and I've been going out there for a couple of years now.
So the Chinese has been a big influence on you would say. Maybe overall the Asian.
Pan-Asian. My parents love Chinese food. We went to a lot of Chinese restaurants, and I loved that. Thai food, loved it so much.
And then you've taken it into the barbecue and grill scene as well.
Oh yeah,
I think that's how we became so close to around the barbecue. Was your Asian and your Pan-Asian?
That's kind of my specialty in the barbecue,
which we're gonna.
It is known, which is what we're gonna do today.
Josh, what about your cooking classes? I mean, you bring Asian, combined with local food, Spanish with Asian.
Yeah, honestly,
an American guy.
Yeah, teaching Asian food.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like what's?
Yeah, I think you follow your passion, and that's what I've done. I mean,
cheers to that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, no,
Here we are.
That's why I'm cooking today. I was teaching here for a long time, teaching English, and I got into cooking, teaching cooking through teaching English. But yeah, I'm really focused on making that complete transition to just teaching cooking now. I love to mix local ingredients, local products with some of these ideas, and I think that that's what's happening here as well. You can see that not only with Asian food, but also in the Peruvian food, mixes that Asian food in here. I think Catalan and Spanish food is really the next step of that as well. It just has maybe arrived here a little later than maybe it has to some other countries, but definitely I think that you can see that.
You tend to explore, rather than following a recipe book, you kind of create your own.
Oh, I read recipe books, and I love to, watch recipes on YouTube all the time, and that's part of the place that I get the inspiration for what I do. But yeah, a lot of the things I do are based on just an idea. You're somewhere and you taste something, and it brings all these ideas into your head, and you say, "Wow, this is something I really love. What can I do with this flavor? How can I make this flavor my own?" And that's what I try to do.
And this is what you've done with the pork today. You've added something.
It has my personal touch, to a basic recipe. And that's sort of my addition here, to try to not only use those Asian flavors, find something that melds well with them, like the orange. It's part of it also is the cooking wine, and adding that orange juice mixes right in really well with those flavors and gives me one layer of preparation that I was looking for.
It's the worst thing to do, but can we take a peek?
We need to.
How did you end up A, starting your kitchen, and B, coming up with the name On Fire?
Basically, I found the space before I found the name for the kitchen.
But were you cooking somewhere else before? Or?
Yeah, well,
you've always been cooking for yourself.
I've been teaching cooking here for the last 5 years almost.
Okay.
If you include my time with What's Cooking BCN, which is my first project, which was teaching English and cooking together.
Okay.
And after that, I started working with a cooking school here, Canela Fina, teaching tourists in their kitchen, teaching them Spanish food, tapas, paella.
I have a tough question for you.
Yeah.
When we do our Barcelona Barbecue Festival, what you going to do? Play music on our stage or participate in the barbecue?
You put me in a tough spot.
Come on, that's an easy answer.
It's music.
Both, man. You can do both.
Music and barbecue.
Come on.